Remember, your vote determines your future. The recent Department of Justice, DOJ, refusal to prosecute former President Joe Biden over the auto pen matter is a rare moment of institutional resistance in a time of unprecedented political pressure. As we move deeper into 2026, the country faces a series of converging crises, from foreign wars to domestic retribution investigations that challenge the very definition of we the people. The weaponization of justice, retribution probes. Beyond the auto pen dispute, President Trump has instructed the DOJ to pursue criminal charges against several high-profile critics. These cases highlight a shift toward using federal law enforcement as a tool for personal and political score settling. James Comey and Letitia James. In late 2025, the DOJ secured indictments against former FBI Director James Comey for alleged false statements and New York Attorney General Letitia James following her $500 million+ fraud judgment against Trump. However, in a major blow to the administration, a federal judge dismissed both cases in November 2025, ruling that the handpicked prosecutor, Lindsay Halligan, had been illegally appointed. The rebuttal: the DOJ's recent closure of the auto pen probe, citing the 2005 OLC memorandum that explicitly permits delegated signatures, suggests that career officials are increasingly unwilling to prosecute cases that lack a valid legal basis, even under direct presidential orders. A nation at the brink, the 2026 crisis timeline. While political battles play out in D.C., the country is grappling with life-altering events that threaten global stability and domestic safety. The war with Iran, Operation Epic Fury. February 28, 2026. The U.S. and Israel launched a massive coordinated strike on 500+ Iranian targets. March 1, 2026, Iranian Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei was confirmed killed in the strikes. Iran formed an interim leadership council and vowed unrelenting retaliation. March 5, 2026, today. The conflict has expanded into a regional war. The Strait of Hormuz is effectively closed, causing global oil prices to skyrocket and threatening a total collapse of shipping lanes. The Epstein Files and Accountability. January 30, 2026. The DOJ released 3.5 million pages of documents under the Epstein Files Transparency Act. The fallout. The release includes 2,000 videos and reveals deep ties between Epstein and global elites. While some figures like the Clintons have testified behind closed doors, others, including members of the British royal family, have faced arrests or public disgrace. However, citizens remain wary as certain financial records remain blocked by partisan maneuvers in the Senate. Domestic suffering, healthcare, housing, and force. For many Americans, the mockery of democracy is felt most at home. The housing crisis. With 70% of renters being priced out of their homes in early 2026, the dream of stability is evaporating. Extreme force on immigrants. Under new federal directives, agents are conducting community sweeps using aggressive tactics and biometric tracking, often targeting individuals with no criminal records and tearing families apart. The true meaning of we the people. As we look at nations like Venezuela or Hungary, we see a clear pattern. Democracy does not die overnight. It dies when the rule of law is replaced by the rule of one person, when independent courts are packed with loyalists, and when the public becomes exhausted by chaos. The phrase "we the people" is not a passive description, it is a command. It means that the government's power is a loan from the citizens, one that can be revoked. Why your vote matters now. The right to vote is not a mere privilege or a chore. It is a debt owed to those who came before us. It was bought with the blood of those who marched on Bloody Sunday in Selma. It was secured despite the terror of lynchings and the threat of illegal arrests intended to keep Black Americans and the poor away from the ballot box. To forfeit your vote now is to dishonor those who died to give you a voice. If we do not use our votes to demand accountability for the wars being fought in our name, for the transparency of the Epstein Files, and for the protection of our neighbors, we risk passing a legacy of suffering and pain to our children and the unborn. Democracy only works if you show up to claim it.